In the previous video, we created a user interface for the musical game. Now we need to play a series of notes as the panels light up. We know how to do that. We're going to create a variable that we'll call note list. And we've done this several times before. We'll create a list of the notes that we want to play. In this case, G4. A4, F4, F3, that is the F of octave lower, and then C4. So we can set the note list to this list of notes, and we'll have a sequence that we can play. And as we remember, item 1 of note list is going to be G4, 2 will be A4, and so on. So we can take a play note and wait command, scroll down and grab that, and we'll play it for an eighth of a note. And if we drop that in, play item 2, it'll play A4. So having done that, all that remains to create a tune player is to create a loop. And so we're going to, for I equal 1 to the length of the note list, for this number of items, we will play each of the notes in turn. So, at this point, we can create a tune player procedure that will play the notes, and we've done this before as well. So now we have a tune player to play the sequence of notes. However, we also want the panels to light up as the notes play. So to accomplish that, we'll need a parallel color list, a list of colors. So let's create another variable that we'll call color list. And we'll want to do essentially the same thing that we did before, except now we're going to put some colors in to our list. And we'll light up the yellow panel first. Yellow, green, circle back and put the W on yellow. Blue, blue again. And then finally red. So let's set the color list to these colors. And so now we have some notes, and each note has a color associated with it. So we are good to go there. Now let's tell the sprite that has that color to switch costumes. So we'll go down here, and we can tell, for example, the green sprite to do something. In this case, let's just tell it to switch costumes, or go to the next costume. And so let me move this out a little bit so that we can see the green panel. And if I tell green to switch to the next costume, it lights up. If I do that again, it stops or goes back to the original costume, the solid panel. I can now use this to say play. In this case, we're going to tell green, or in this, to light up, except we don't always want it to be green. We want it to be item I of the color list, so that we, in parallel to the note list, we pick up the color from the color list. Now let me just duplicate this and tell it to switch back. Then, hopefully, now every time we play a note, we turn on and off the color in the color list, and our tune player can light up the panels. The next thing we need to do is to find out whether the player can recreate that sequence of tones. We'll explore how to do that in the next video.